Hi guys, my name's Jodie and welcome to my channel. Halloween is just around the corner, so I thought I would do a Halloween inspired makeup look. I've gone for a pink neon skull. I switched it up a little bit and thrown in some festival vibes and some dots. I'm still holding on to some even though it's long gone. But if you wanted to see how I created this, then just keep watching.
Yep, that's me trying to be cute. So we're going to start off with a MAC lipstick in the colour Girl About Town. Now I know lipstick's meant for your lips, but we're going to draw on our face. So as you can see, I'm just doing my jawline, and then we'll just go across where the cheekbones are. Here is my demonstration of that. And then we're going to go in with a Real Techniques shading brush and then just dip it in the lipstick just to get a more precise outline of the eye sockets. We're all about trying to get that perfect circle, although I'm not quite sure that I did that. Anyway, oh, cheeky. So I've gone ahead and done the same on the other socket, and then I'm just going to draw the lines on the forehead, and by magic the other side has appeared too. And then just follow your outline of your nose with the pink. And then I'm going to go into my BH Cosmetics 5th edition 120 colour eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take that pink right there. And with that pink eyeshadow, I'm going to use a Real Techniques Space Shadow brush just to set and mattify any of the lipstick lines that we've just drawn. As well as setting the lipstick, as you can see, it also intensifies the colour, which is exactly what we need. Next, out of the BH Cosmetics palette, I'm going to use another pink, which is a little bit more brighter, and I'm just going to do exactly the same thing as we've just done right now. Just go over all of the lipstick lines, and it's going to intensify that colour even more. Ta-da! We're looking like a crazy lady. Dipping back into the BH Cosmetics palette, I'm going to use the purple, and I'm just going to try and create some shadow alongside the pink. And then using a Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease brush, I'm just going to start shading that purple and the pink lines together. To be fair, this section is probably the most time consuming part. It's just bland, bland, bland. Going back in with that pink lipstick that we used before, we're going to break the rules. We're not going to try and keep in the lines. We're going to go all over, go crazy. Look at that mess. Pucker up and give us a kiss. After using that pink lipstick, we're going to go back in with the pink eyeshadow just to pat those lips down, set them and mattify them as we did before. So I've just realised that I'm missing a line, so I've had to go back to the lipstick, draw it, pass it down with the eyeshadows, and do all that again. Ugh, darn it. Back into the same eyeshadow palette as before, we're going to take that burgundy purple shade and start drawing a line in between the cheekbone and the jawbone, because we need to create that hollow effect. Nothing is meant to be there, we're a skull. Choosing an even darker purple shade, we're going to deepen that colour that we've just created even more. Using the excess shadow that's already on the brush, I'm going to go straight over the lips and start joining the lines from each side and blend that out. Using the black eyeshadow, I'm going to go over where I've just been to darken it even more. Once again, using the excess shadow that's already on my brush, I'm going to go back to the purple bits of my face and start deepening that definition. The key to this part is just have patience and keep blending. Just keep blending, just keep blending, just keep blending, blending. Just keep going back to the darker colours that we've used before. Just add them slowly, build that colour up and darken it gradually. You can always add, but it's really hard to take it away. You don't want to mess it up at this point because we've spent so much time on it. Going back to the Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease brush that we used before with the pink eyeshadow, I'm using the excess on that to try and blend with the dark purple and the black. I'm going to use a lighter purple eyeshadow from the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm just going to try and create a gradient effect on my forehead using this colour. We want that seamless blend. Moving on to the nose, I'm using the Clinique Gel Eyeliner in the colour 02 True Black, and I'm just going to draw the outline of my nose and then colour it in. I found that the best brush to use for this was the Zoeva 317 wing liner brush, because you can get those precise lines. After that, I've used the Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader brush, and I've used the black eyeshadow from the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm just patting that on my nose to set it. Now it's time to do the teeth, so going back to the Clinique gel eyeliner and the Zoeva 317 wing liner brush, I'm going to start drawing horizontal lines across my lips. Using the NYX white liquid liner, I'm going to start filling in those teggers one by one. Ooh, look at those lashes, we have a full set. Ah, hair in the eyeliner. Using the exact same eyeliner that we used to fill in the teeth, I'm going to start drawing lines exactly where we went with the pink lipstick. Now I'm not going to lie to you, but these bad boys took some serious concentration. And as you can see, mine are nowhere near perfect. Wobbly lines galore. However, if you did find yourself making quite a few mistakes, I found that the Tarte Amazonian Clay eyeliner in the colour Bubblegum, if used alongside a really thin eyeliner brush, you can tidy up those lines. I'm now using the Zoeva Eyeshadow Fix Matte Longwear Primer, and I'm just going to use that on both my eyelids. I'm now going to use a Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the colour Tuscan Sun, and I'm going to pop that in my crease and use it as a transition shade. To do this, I'm using the Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush to blend that in my crease. What a shock! We're going back to the BH Cosmetics palette, and we're going to be using that same pink that we started with on our face. For this, I am using the exact same brush that I just used for the transition colour. Going back to the brighter pink in the palette, we're just going to go over where we've just been to build up that colour. Hey, we finally decided to use a different eyeshadow palette. So I'm using the Tarte Pro palette, and I'm going to be using the colour Drama. I'm just building up that crease with the darker colour, and then I'm using the Zoeva 221 Luxe Soft Crease brush just to buff that out. I'm now packing on some colour from the Tarte Pro palette in the colour Vamp using a Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader, and I'm just popping that in the outer corner. I'm going to try a half cut crease using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in the colour Fair. I'm going to use that with a Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader brush. With that same brush, I'm going to dip into the Tarte Pro palette again and use the colour Ethereal and just pack that where I've just been with the concealer. And just make sure though that you go back with your blending brushes to blend that gold with the darker outer corner. I have a MAC pigment in the colour Melon, and I'm just going to pop that over where I've just been on the lid with the gold. I just want to intense that colour and make it pop. Dipping back into the Tarte Pro palette, I'm going to use the colour Punk using a angled brush, which is a MAC 226. I'm going to use that along the lash line just to darken it, ready for when we put our lashes on. I'll be using the Maybelline Falsies mascara, and the lashes are by Doll Beauty and they are called Stephanie. I'm going to pop these on off camera. 3, 2, 1. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm using the Zoeva Graphic Eyes eyeliner in the colour Regency, and I'm taking that from the outside corner and bringing it inwards, probably about 2/3 of the way in. And to smudge that, I'm using the Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil brush just to make that line less harsh. And then in the inner corner, I'm just using another Zoeva Graphic Eyes eyeliner, but this time in the colour After the Disco, and then that will tie in with the gold that's on the lid. Now to finish the lower lash line, I'm now going to pop on some mascara. And now it's time for the gems. I'm using the Lottie London Festival gems, and they are called Off Duty Mermaid. Now we ain't no mermaid, but it's cool, it's still giving those festival vibes. Now I've spotted some lines that aren't quite right, so I've gone back in with the NYX white eyeliner just to touch them up. So it's time for some dots. I'm using the Zoeva 310 spot liner brush, and I'm just dipping that onto the tip of the NYX liquid white liner, just because the bristles on the Zoeva brush are a lot shorter, so it's a bit more precise. As you can see, I've left a gap in between the dots that are under the eye. This is because I'm going to go in with some yellow dots, and I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay eyeliner in the colour Goldilocks. I'm only doing this just so the yellow then ties in with the gold that we've used on the eyelids. I thought it was looking a little bit bare on my forehead, so I just did some white dots just above my eyebrow. Oh, we must be done, the hair's down. Oh, actually I forgot one thing. I'm going back in with a MAC pigment called Vanilla, and I'm just going to pop that in my inner corner just to brighten the eye area up. Hey, we're done, we're finished!